From nationwide coverage to live high school sports to the great outdoors and so much more, we've got something for you. We're a local wireless carrier right here in Oklahoma. We work for your town, in your town. But great cell phone signal in rural areas is just scratching the surface. We also broadcast live events from all over eastern Oklahoma. High school, from nationwide coverage to live high school sports to the great outdoors and so much more, we've got something for you. We're a local wireless carrier right here in Oklahoma. We work for your town, in your town. But great cell phone signal in rural areas is just scratching the surface. We also broadcast live events from all over eastern Oklahoma. High school football, basketball, baseball, dirt track races, livestock shows, and community events. Everything to keep you connected in your community. We're also producing original shows like Connect Outdoors and Cooking Wild that shines a light on real Oklahoman experiences. You can find us at bravadowireless.com, or you can search for us on Facebook or YouTube. You can even find us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download their app straight to your phone, Apple TV, Smart TV, or Roku. We don't just create for Oklahoma, we are Oklahoma. We're Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's service provider.
Right now, more than ever, we're choosing to take the back roads and stay off of the beaten path. We're doing all that we can to avoid the crowds and the hustle of the city. While we know that taking the road less traveled isn't for everyone, it's where we feel most at home. Every turn down this road could be challenging, and much like you, we know the harder the challenge, the greater the reward. That's why each and every day, Bravado Wireless is growing our network further down the county roads and down the roads less traveled. We're making sure wherever your road may lead, you're always connected. We are Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's own wireless provider.
Other wireless companies need 4-page brochures to explain plans that are too complicated and cost way too much. We are not like the others. We are Bravado Wireless. We offer one line of unlimited talk, text, and 4G LTE data for only $40 per month, with no minimum number of lines and no hidden fees. This is your year to be bold, connect fast at the best price. We live where you live, and we are proud to be a part of your community here in Eastern Oklahoma. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Whether your roads are dirt, paved, or if you're blazing new trails, the roads we travel lead to all of our most cherished places and people. Bravado Wireless strives to keep you connected wherever the roads may take you. We are the leader in wireless mobility and connection in Oklahoma and across the nation. We carry some of the market's top cell phone brands, fast, reliable home internet, and even greater customer service. Locally owned and operated right here in eastern Oklahoma. So whatever roads you travel, Bravado Wireless has them covered. From beginning to end. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome into the Bravado Wireless game of the week. We are in Fort Gibson for the Fort Gibson Tigers and the Broken Bow Savages. This is going to be a fantastic game, and we have got a log jam at the top of the 4A4 standings right now. Podo sitting at the number 1 spot, 4-0 in 4A, and then there are 4 teams right behind them at 3-1 in the 4A4 standings. Hilldale, Sallisaw, Broken Bow, and Fort Gibson. But before the day is out, those 4 teams will be whittled down to 2 as Sallisaw and Hilldale will play each other today. We'll keep you updated on that score throughout the entire game. But then also you have this game here today between Broken Bow and Fort Gibson. First, starting off with the Broken Bow Savages. They are going to be led at quarterback by Chandler Fleming. And Chandler, well, he has got some experience as a senior. This is the first time that head coach Glennis Ring is going to have his quarterback back for a second year. This is his fourth year at Broken Bow. He said every single time he's either had to transition somebody into the quarterback position or has had a senior when he first arrived. This is going to be the first year that he has a quarterback in consecutive years, and Fleming can light it up. He's 45 of 76 for the year with 850 yards. He has thrown for 10 TDs, but where he makes his hay is really on the defensive side. He's an all-Vite selection as a defensive back. So it'll be interesting to see him play, and if he does play both ways, how the Broken Bow Savages will utilize him. But while Fleming is a key part of the offense really goes with C.J. Whitfield. Whitfield has 21.5 catches for 561 yards already, and the words that Glennis Ring used to describe him was, quote, exciting. And that is exactly what we are hoping to see tonight from Whitfield, as he is a Vite top 100 selection as well. But he can really light it up, and the Broken Bow is planning to use him in a multiple ways. Coming out of the backfield, handing it to him there, and then also getting the ball to him. Asked how they can get the ball to him in multiple ways. Well, Coach Ring said, well, we're going to do it as many ways as we possibly can, and we would be foolish not to. On the other side, for the Fort Gibson Tigers, they're going to be led at quarterback by Cole Mahaney. Mahaney, just a sophomore, but he does have a year of experience. He took over after Game 3 in last year's season. And as a freshman, well, he led the Tigers to a pretty good record. So coming out for his second year, he just needs 78 yards in this game to top 1,000 on the season already. He's 61 for 110 for 922 yards, 8 touchdowns, and he can make the game go. But Fort Gibson is not really trying to hurry it up. They're going to be an I formation team, and, well, they have gotten experience with that, but they also can score quickly, as they showed last week, and they're coming off their first loss of the season. They're also led in the backfield by Devin Woodworth. Woodworth, an all-Vite selection as well, and he'll make his hay in the defensive backfield. Well, we're going to send it off to break. When we come back, we will have the keys to the game here for the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week in Fort Gibson.
When you come home after a long day, Bravado Wireless Home Internet has you covered in your neighborhood or on your farm. For a limited time, our unlimited home internet has been discounted to only $49 per month with the purchase of a $99 router. And get this, the first 3 months of service is on us. So what are you waiting for? Make the switch today and visit us at bravadowireless.com for more info and to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Whether you're driving through town or taking the scenic route, Bravado Wireless has a plan for your journey. For a limited time, you can get a Samsung device on us. So wherever your journey may lead, Bravado Wireless has you covered. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find stores near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Stick around because we're cooking wild.
Planning a weekend away in your camper? Take your Bravado Wireless home internet with you. Right now, our most popular internet plan has been chopped. while other internet providers are stuck at home with all of those wires and your obnoxious neighbor, Hank. You are free to take your wireless router to your home away from home. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
When you reach for that deal-sealing handshake, you don't want to pass germs. Ew. So keep everyone safe by washing your hands for 20 seconds and still seal the deal.
Yeah!
Fist bumps now accepted as deal sealers at your local Bravado Wireless store.
Here in Eastern Oklahoma, we know that dirt roads have a unique way of helping us find direction. Whether you're figuring out where you're headed or where you came from, Bravado Wireless was built on the back roads to help you find your way. Right now, you can get 3 free months of our premium wireless plan with your choice of an iPhone SE on us or half off an iPhone 11. No matter what direction you take, Bravado Wireless has you covered. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
What? Were you watching TikTok and I'm rubbing your leg in your Ew. Why? Emma. I don't want to listen to your voice. Y'all both turned around. Don't invite her up. I don't want to listen to her voice. No. Come sit by us. Y'all are going to be by all your guys. Find out it's everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, at this time, please stand in honor of America with the singing of our national anthem. Tonight, the national anthem will be sung by a quartet of the select choir of Fort Gibson High School. They are Kinley Wilson, Landry Mordell, Garrett Abel, and Cheyenne Drake.
It's about that time.
The game turned me to a monster. No obstacle that I can't conquer. No, stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Oh, the game turned me to a monster. You can't put me in no genre. No, stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Oh, the game turned me to a monster.
And it's only getting worse, and you could bet that. For my rivals, my heart is jet black. No frontline men, but watch me dead snap. Show the whole world it wouldn't take long. Used to be cool, it's time to flame on. Burn domains, I'm taking a thought. Heard the odds is bananas, but I am King Kong. Girl on my shoulders, ain't no time to be hopeless. Only thing that it does is make me keep more ferocious. Went from being a homie to no one wanted to notice. To being the focus for everyone having a motive. The dope is alive, focus the strive. Left me for dead and I always survive. Soul in my mind is a line, I'm a goat. When I die, I'ma be the one he hold as a god.
Started out the bottom from the mud, yeah. Now I got it jumping with the click, yeah. Rival mode, I came back with a grudge,
The more they declining, the more that I'm climbing. I got the opposing side down to what science is without a question. It's upsetting. I see them guys that try to test it. They not impressive. I'm in the opposite direction. Don't want the credit. Entire world in my possessions. What I'm obsessed with.
Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Seth Campbell joined by Chris Rulin. We see the captains in the middle of the field. Chris, this is going to be a fantastic matchup between these two teams. What are you looking forward to seeing?
I think we're going to see a couple balanced offenses, and it's going to be strength on strength. The strength of Fort Gibson is to run the football, and the strength of Broken Bow is their defense. Always has been, and in the future, and it always will. So we're going to see basically a game of strength on strength, and it's going to be, and we're going to be able to see which one is going to succeed. Yeah. And so it's going to, I think it'll be a low-scoring game. It'll be a back and forth field position game, and again, I think it'll be a defensive struggle.
And it very well could end up being like that because the last two games, Broken Bow has given up 6 points. In the last two games combined, only 6 points. Now, granted, it was to Muldrow and McLean, which are two of the bottom teams in the 4A4, but still, 6 points. And then on the other side, Fort Gibson, notwithstanding their last game, which was their first loss of the season, and which was a 34-39 loss to Sallisaw, they were averaging giving up 10 points a game.
Yeah, and if you look at Sallisaw, their offense is to throw the football. I think Fort Gibson's weakness is their back end and their secondary, and so Sallisaw was able to exploit that weakness that Fort Gibson has. Sallisaw is a team that's a lot stronger than what people give them credit for. But again, their strength is to throw the football. Broken Bows, again, year in, year out, they're a defensive football team. Poto, who they lost to, struggled to score. So, the remnants of the playoff team that Broken Bow had last year is still there. Their philosophy and their coaching, and they are able to every year make that happen again and again and again because it's ingrained in their program.
Yeah, you mentioned about Sallisaw quarterback and how Sallisaw's offense is geared to score well. The Sallisaw quarterback, Jason McIntyre, he threw for 223 yards against this Fort Gibson Tigers defense and also 4 touchdowns. And it was one of those situations, we got to talk to head coach Greg Whiteley before the game, and he was saying that it was kind of crazy. It was one of those situations. His offense isn't really geared to score quickly, right? They're kind of in an I formation, but they were scoring quickly. They were scoring on 4-play, 5-play drives, and that's not one of those situations where you can go out there and say, all right, offense, slow it down. You're going to take touchdowns when you can get them. It just so happens that his defense couldn't get a stop, and then the Sallisaw got the ball at the last of the game, and the last team with the ball really was going to win that game. It happened to be Sallisaw.
Yeah, and again, Sallisaw is a very underrated squad. They lost to Stigler, but we know how good Stigler is, right? I mean, they're competing in Class 3A with Lincoln Christian as one of the top teams. So we know that they're a decent squad. And, Fort Gibson should not be upset that they got an L against them. But again, tonight, I think both teams' strengths, again, Fort Gibson is running the ball with their big tailback, and again, Broken Bow with their defense.
You see Fort Gibson coming onto the field right now, holding the flags and a spaced out band because of COVID restrictions. And right behind them, there go the Broken Bow Savages. It'll be a good game between both of these teams as they are both trying to stay atop the 4A4 standings. Poto is number 1. But after today, as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the broadcast, there will just be 2 teams in that number 2 spot, as Sallisaw is battling Hilldale, later today as well.
And we'll have that game in a couple weeks, and that'll be that rivalry game with
Hilldale Fort Gibson. Yeah, that'll be a fantastic game. We will have that here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Well, both teams are out on the field. The blow up has been blown up and taken down now. And we're just about set for kickoff. It's going to be a cold one today, Chris. Temperatures are hovering around the 40-degree mark, or maybe a little bit above that. But that could play a factor in today's game. Now, Fort Gibson really doesn't like to throw the ball around, and Broken Bow can at sometimes, but they might go to the run game just a little bit more.
Yeah, and I don't think the temperature will affect them, but that north wind's going to, we're north to south here on the field, and we'll definitely see that north wind play a factor in this game.
Yeah, that wind blowing from left to right across your screen. Broken Bow ready to receive. Fort Gibson running out right now to kickoff, and we're just about set for kickoff here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. We'll let you know that you can stop by your local Bravado Wireless dealer right now. They have got all the deals for you. Wireless internet, wireless phone coverage. They can get you hooked up. Visit your local Bravado Wireless dealer, or if you don't want to go into the store, you can contact them, bravadowireless.com, or call your local Bravado Wireless dealer.
And along that lines, the iPhone 12 was just released yesterday, and
oh man, is it sweet!
Bravado Wireless does carry the iPhone and the iPhone 12 and the Pro and the iPhone line.
The entire iPhone line. So you can get out there and get you a nice, fancy new iPhone. Jackson Purdue set to kick things off for Fort Gibson, and we are underway. Ball taken at the 10. Running left, probing
He's got a
the
lane.
Offense. He does have a lane all the way out. The ball's on the loose. Ball fumbled. Waiting to see who came up with it. On the carry was Jacaron Whitfield. They're going to say that Broken Bow recovered it. So Broken Bow gets back on the ball, but Whitfield, man, that one almost came out. It was almost costly.
Typically, what you'll most likely see from Broken Bow is more of a pro-eye type sets. They will spread them out at times, but usually you'll see them in tight.
Broken Bow had a long drive to get here. It's about 3 hours from Broken Bow to Fort Gibson. Not a lot of fans in their stands. Setting up in the gun. First time we will get to see Chandler Fleming, the senior quarterback. He gives. Running right side is Keenan Willis. Willis picks up 2, and it'll be second down and 8. That time a good job of push from the offensive line of Broken Bow, trying to establish the run early. Willis back there again to the right of Fleming. We look over to the sideline. Broken Bow coached by head coach Glennis Rings. We mentioned is his 4th year. Offensive coordinator is Zach Cater. They're going with the boards, if you can see on the far sideline. They're going to give it up the middle with room. Falling forward is once again Willis. He picks up 3, brings up 3rd and 5. And now at 3rd and 5, this is an opportunity where you can really use whatever you want.
Yeah, and they're coming out in more of a spread type formation, and trying to spread out Fort Gibson's 3-4 defense. But you can kind of see Fort Gibson gang tackling on the runs up the middle, and it looks like there's a hole, but they're closing quickly.
Yes, exactly right. That 3-front defense, Broken Bow's getting a good push, but the linebackers are coming in to fill those holes. Fleming keeps it up the middle, lowers his head, but he's going to be 2 yards short. Fleming can't pick up the first down, brings up 4th and 2. Looks like the offense and the defense both know that Broken Bow who's going to go for this one.
Yeah, into the wind. You know, you're.
Here comes a change of personnel. Going to play the field position game early as the clock winds and we hit about 10 minutes, no score early in this matchup between Fort Gibson and Broken Bow. You like the call the punt here, Chris?
It just depends on what their kicking game looks like. Obviously, you know, into the wind.
Punt is away. The kicker, Landon Cathy, kicks it, and it rolls. It's going to take a Broken Bow bounce, but not a great kick. They don't pin him too deep. His ball's down at the 17-yard.
You get a 27-yard change of field position. You know, he did kick it low instead of up high, which is a benefit. Now, whether that was intentional or not, you don't know, but that's kind of what you want when you're kicking into the wind like that.
Clock hits under 10 minutes to go, and then we'll see Fort Gibson for the first time on the field today. Running out at quarterback, you see late to the huddle there. That is Cole Mahaney. Mahaney, as we said, just needs 78 yards to break 1,000 on the season. That's passing yards. They line up in an I formation. Give to the running back, falling forward. That is Woodworth. Devin Woodworth, senior all-Vipe 100 selection. He hit that hole hard as he picked up, we'll call it 4.
And he runs hard. I mean, we've seen him before, and there's no quit in the young man.
Woodworth dots the I once again. Give to Woodworth. He finds a hole in a crease. Woodworth to the numbers. Picks up the first down. A good first 2 drives by Fort Gibson, and really the offensive line of creating a hole for Woodworth to run through.
Yeah, I mean, and he's hitting those holes, and there's a crease there, but it's not a big hole, and he's able to slide through and pick up a good 10 yards.
Now under center, they do motion the tight end, fullback, whatever you want to call him. Woodworth again. Woodworth with room to run. Past midfield into Savage territory goes Devin Woodworth. Fort Gibson feeding Woodworth the first 3 possessions, and well, it's gotten him into Broken Bow territory.
Yeah, he's already, had 3 carries and he's got 36 yards. I mean, 13 yards on average is not bad.
No, you'll definitely take it. And right now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
No, that's right. And you're going to see those safeties sliding up now for Broken Bow, and don't be surprised if they go over the top.
There's nobody deep. They're playing man-on-man coverage. Woodworth running into the teeth of the Broken Bow defense is going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like on the tackle was Christian Brumley.
Again, it's kind of like what we said, is the safeties rolled up and were able to fill the hole.
Second down and 10. Now that Fort Gibson has gone to the well basically one too many times, we'll have to see what they decide to do here. I formation, Woodworth dots the I again. They give it to him again. And again, he is stopped at the line of scrimmage. On the tackle for Broken Bow is Alan Chavez.
They're sticking with that power I, and just, with the fullback lead and the linebackers and the safeties are now coming up and filling, and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Cole Mahaney runs over to the sideline, gets the call from his head coach, Greg Whiteley, who's also the play caller on offense. This time you got 2 wide receivers to the far side. We'll see if they go to the air. Mahaney does. They fake it. Throw in the flat. Pass complete at the 40. Needs to get to the 35. He does.
Made it.
Pass complete and a first down that time for Landon Beebe. Beebe, a junior, comes up with a big pass completion, and Fort Gibson moves the chains.
That was a nice completion out in the flat. Then he makes one move, and he's able to pick up his 15 yards.
That's also a good job by Mahaney. He's not the tallest of guys in the backfield. He's just able to get the ball out around the blitzing defender and right into the hands of his receiver.
And your wide receivers down the field blocking that, was able to help him pick up the first down.
Woodworth back in the I formation. He gets the carry. He's going to lose a yard.
And there was a corner blitz coming off the edge and they ran right into it.
First man on the tackle for Broken Bow will be Alan Chavez again. I have a feeling we're going to call his name a few times today. Chavez up the middle, anchoring that Broken Bow defense at the middle linebacker position. Only one pass so far. It was a complete pass that moved the chains on 3rd down and 10.
I'd imagine you'll probably see some play action here or a pitch, try to get the edge.
They're going to throw, 5-yard stop. Pass complete to Hunter Branch. Branch picks up about 8, moving up 3rd down and short. And really, you have 2 downs here to pick up this first down, Chris.
Yeah, and you know you're going back to your bread and butter, right? And you're going to just do probably a power lead or a little dump pass over the middle.
And a power lead, maybe even you'll mix it up a little bit with a counter.
They've played it pretty to the cuff and just, you know, quarterback turn and hand off and power up the middle.
Well, no fullback behind Mahaney right now. He loses the ball. Mahaney scrum for it down around the center. Mahaney does fall on it.
You know, it looks like just a center snap. Maybe we can get a replay on this and see what actually if he had it and dropped it or not.
But now that's a huge down because they did lose a yard. It brings up 4th down. Now you don't have 2 yards to gain 3. You have 1 yard or 1 down to gain 4. Or 3. Math's hard sometimes. Mahaney gets the call once again, runs in to his offense. 4 down linemen for Broken Bow. They bring up everybody. 5-yard stop, pass complete. Cameron Dornan, the senior, still on his feet. It takes 3 Broken Bow defenders to bring him down. He picks up the first down. Good job that time, and just knowing what you have.
Yeah, and the cornerback's giving him that, you know, and they see that. He's playing 8 yards out, and that's an easy pitch and catch for anybody.
Dornan picks up the first down. Mahaney's a perfect 2 for 2, 3 for 3 today on passes.
And they're not hard passes. I mean, he's just, you know, he's not throwing the ball deep. So, but he's taking what they're giving him.
Landon Beebe in at the fullback position. Woodworth back there as well. Woodworth running straight ahead. And Broken Bow said, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, or 3 times or 4. We're going to run everybody up here on the line of scrimmage and not let Woodworth beat us."
You know, the last 4 carries, he's gained a total of 1 yard. And, you know, if you look at the linebackers on the 4-3 there, they're within 3 yards of that line of scrimmage. So they're basically saying, Woodworth, you're not going to beat us. We're going to make the quarterback throw the ball and beat us that way.
Mahaney has shown the ability to throw the ball. We'll have to see if he goes back to that here. Pitch this time, Woodworth. Spin move in the backfield. That's not great when you have white jerseys if you're the Fort Gibson offense trying to get the offense going. Brought down, looks like first man on the tackle that time was Dawson Robbins, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long.
You can see that linebacker just shooting the gap, you know, and making the play and forcing it back to the center of the field. You know, Fort Gibson's going to have to go to a play action or some type of passing game to give Woodworth some room. So now you can see Broken Bow's kind of a more 3-4 set.
Same play as they picked up the first down earlier. Pass complete outside Hunter Branch. Branch picks up positive yards. He will be short of the first down, but this is going to make it 4th and manageable. The offense stays on the field for Fort Gibson. Ball spotted on the 9. Fort Gibson's got to get to the 4-yard line. And just 4th down and 5. Woodworth back in the eye. Mahaney under center. And they get Broken Bow to snap. Coming across the line was Jacoby Neal for Broken Bow. That's a free. That's going to be half the distance, is it? I'm not for sure.
Not within. Not on a procedure call like that.
Exactly.
But I don't know if it's going to make the full 5 yards. He might have had a little bit more to go.
But that will definitely change the game plan here for Fort Gibson.
and definitely, you know, they're instead of 4th and a long 5, they've got 4th and very, very short. And with a tailback like Woodworth, all of a sudden you've gained a huge advantage.
You've got so many options now. You can give it to Woodworth going right, left, counter, whatever, or you can even just have Mahaney keep it, running it up the middle on QB sneak.
Right.
We'll see what Fort Gibson elects to do. They are going to QB sneak.
Runs just the traditional quarterback sneak.
Yep, Mahaney up the middle. Looks like he's got it, and they'll bring up 1st and goal. Now this is the type of drive that if you're Coach Greg Whiteley that you wanted. Just long, drawn out, methodical, and now you just need to end it with an exclamation point.
Yeah, I mean, this is what your game plan is, right? I mean, this is what you hoped would happen and come into fruition.
Coach Whiteley said on defense, Fort Gibson, they want to make it ugly, was his quote. They just want to mess things up. Well, you can also make it ugly on the offensive side by just not getting Broken Bow, or not letting Broken Bow get off the field.
Well, I mean, here we are almost at the end of the first quarter, and Broken Bow's had the ball once.
Woodworth with the corner blitz coming off of the edge. Not a lot doing. Actually, pardon me, on the carry that time was Maurice Ford, the senior. Just been so used to having Woodworth back there that they changed it up without us noticing.
Yeah, I mean, I you know, that's kind of surprising because I would definitely, if I'm going to turn and hand somebody the ball, I want it to be number 9.
Devin Woodworth, the senior, he's back in the game now in the I formation at the tailback position. Offset I this time.
Double tight formation. They're
Mahaney looking to pass right, pass complete, pylon.
He's close.
Landon Beebe on the catch, but they didn't rule him out.
Yep.
Just before, there's a pickup of 4, but it's 3rd down and 1. You liked the push you got on 4th down. You just go right back to it with the QB sneak.
You know, your traditional type offense. You know, just load it up. That looks like a procedure call. They're going to back them up 5.
There's movement at the front. Broken Bow thinks it's on Fort Gibson. Fort Gibson thinks it's on Broken Bow. And they're going to get encroachment against Broken Bow. Now that is half the distance.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
okay, but that's a lot better if you're Fort Gibson and that penalty not going against you.
That's as close as you can get to the goal line without it being a touchdown.
Right. Watch the QB sneak here. Mahaney runs forward and he gets it. Fort Gibson strikes first.
They're saying it was a fumble.
They're saying the ball is loose, but
I think he was over the line
first. Did he cross the plane? And this is just going to be a judgment call by this line judge here. And they rule it a touchdown. The line judge says that Mahaney got across the line to gain before fumbling the ball. He puts it into the end zone and gives Fort Gibson the early.
And I think that was the right call. I mean, he only had half a yard to go, you know, and he's
with the push that he got too. It's one thing if he stood up behind the line of scrimmage, but for a half a yard to maintain position for just a half a yard, it's going to be really hard for a Broken Bow to get in there and knock that ball out.
That's correct.
Snap back, down, and through the uprights. Kick by Hunter Branch goes through, and Fort Gibson with the early 7-0 lead. Yeah, he was definitely. You take another look here on the Bravado Wireless replay. I can see where Broken Bow thinks that they have a case, as C.J. Whitfield came out of there with it. But
yeah, he's well over the goal, and you know the Broken Bow does have an argument because you know they've already had a center snap that for a fumble, so you know that's probably not. The perception is it's not clean, you know.
But the only thing that he has to do, and by he I mean the quarterback for Fort Gibson in Cole Mahaney, all he has to do is have possession and have any part of that ball cross the goal line.
I mean the tip of the ball has to meet the plane that's an invisible line. It's you know that's a tough one.
And I believe from everything that we saw that he definitely did. First quarter is almost over. It's hard to believe, but this is just going to be the second time that Broken Bow has touched the ball with 54 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Whitfield is going to get the ball at the 8-yard line. Looking for space. Whitfield cuts it up. He's going to be brought down around the 30. A flag comes in. A little bit of laundry. It's kind of in the area of holding to see what happens there. But it's a good first possession from the Fort Gibson defense. The Broken Bow was right there within striking distance on 4th down and elected to punt. I see that head coach Glynis Ring, if that happens again, he might go for it there with how Fort Gibson is able to control the ball.
I mean, you didn't get the football again for almost the rest of the quarter. So, you had the opportunity with field position. Now you're backed up in your second possession to the 15-yard line or 16, and you got a long ways to go. And you had a 27-yard change of possession, so it really didn't benefit you that much.
Fleming rolling right. Fleming's going to keep it all the way. Fleming running forward hard, nosed running that time as he's tripped up just beyond the 20-yard line. Fleming picks up 8. Brings up 2nd down and 2. Good job that time of Fleming just getting out of the pocket and running straight ahead.
Yeah, I mean, he got the edge, and that's what you want to get on a quarterback that's supposed to be a running quarterback. So that was a good design play.
That's going to be the last play of the game, or of the quarter, pardon me. Broken Bow is going to elect to let the clock wind down. We're going to switch into the field, and we'll see if the Broken Bow offense can pick up their first down of the game. We've played 12 here in Fort Gibson, and the Tigers lead the Savages 7-0 here on the Bravado Wireless game of the week.
Planning a weekend away in your camper? Take your Bravado Wireless home internet with you. Right now, our most popular internet plan has been chopped. While other internet providers are stuck at home with all of those wires and your obnoxious neighbor, Hank, you are free to take your wireless router to your home away from home. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Keep on moving up, keep on moving up. I can't get enough, no, I can't get enough. I'm high, I'm flying, there's nothing I can't become. I'm riding.
Welcome back into the Bravado Wireless game of the week. We are in Fort Gibson, and the Tigers have scored first on their first drive, and Broken Bow's looking to answer as we hit the first play of the second quarter. Give running left side, Kanan Willis. Willis with speed. It's going to be bounced out of bounds. A hard hit at the 35-yard line, but that's some electric playmaking there that time by Kanan Willis, and he picks up the first down for Broken Bow.
Yeah, he looked like he turned on the jets when he hit the corner and saw the crease, and next thing you know, he's got 13 yards down the corner.
And we've seen Broken Bow these last 2 plays really utilize the edge. It looked like on that first drive, everything was kind of up the middle, and they may have been setting up these last 3 plays that they've been able to do.
They've brought in a tight end on the left side, and they're able to seal that edge, and they're exploiting that.
Let's see a blitz off of the corner here. BB for Fort Gibson.
Looked like number 1 turned upfield too early there.
Before the play starts, I think Glynis Ring saw something like that, because the Broken Bow is going to take a timeout. We're going to take it with them. 11:51 left to go in the second quarter. 7-0 to score in favor of Fort Gibson here on the Bravado Wireless game of the week.
Whether your roads are dirt, paved, or if you're blazing new trails, the roads we travel lead to all of our most cherished places and people. Bravado Wireless strives to keep you connected wherever the roads may take you. We are the leader in wireless mobility and connection in Oklahoma and across the nation. We carry some of the market's top cell phone brands, fast, reliable home internet, and even greater customer service. Locally owned and operated right here in eastern Oklahoma. So whatever roads you travel,
First and 10 upcoming for Broken Bow. Give up the middle. A little bit of running room, falling forward. 6-yard pickup. That time by the running back, Kanan Willis. Christian made a good point during the break that Broken Bow's yet to go to the air.
Yeah, and you got 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4. This is a good play action down.
You've shown some prowess. You've shown some ability here in the second drive to get to the edge a little bit, and that might open up like it did just in the lane up the middle.
You got your corners rolling up here, so it's definitely potential to do a play action and catch the slot or number 1 here that you're leading the receiver.
Yeah, you've got press coverage, a deep safety. They're going to give it up the middle. Willis, maybe a yard. They will give them 1. Brings up 3rd down.
Willis tries the left side. He's hit first by Rainbow.
The dial it down on the far side says 4, but it's definitely 3rd down, right?
Yes, it's 3rd down. It's in about 3.
There he goes. He changes it. Fort Gibson checking at the line of scrimmage, so is Broken Bow. So chess match here. There is no deep safety for Fort Gibson on 3rd and 3.
Now he's rolled up to his, into his defensive end position there.
Fleming gonna pass, screen pass over the middle, and he just led his receiver Whitfield. CJ Whitfield looked like he almost slowed down on that route coming over the middle instead of just continuing. You take a look at the bottom of your screen here. He fakes going out, comes back in, and he just almost stops. Looks like Fleming thought he was going to keep going.
He's running a little dig route, and he just missed him. Even a short curl would have worked. If he stops up and curls, and it's just a simple pitch and catch, and they don't make it.
Yeah, the punt's away, and this is not going to be great. It's going to hit at 35 though, and that takes a Broken Bow bounce. 12 yards on the ground as Broken Bow will field it at the 22-yard line. Once again, not great field position, but not awful for Fort Gibson. We'll see if they can build off of their last drive, take up 10 minutes, and pick up a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, their last drive, they started at the 18-yard line and went 82 yards in just, like you said, about 10 minutes. If you're them, that's what you want.
Right. They start ball on the left hash. You got the stats over there. Is Mahaney still perfect through the air?
Yeah, he's 4-4 through the air and has looked really good.
He's still searching for that 1,000-yard mark. He throws screen pass complete. This one's going to go backwards though. Brought down in the backfield. CJ Whitfield for Broken Bow comes up with the tackle for loss. Not a lot doing that time as Whitfield snuffed that one out from the beginning. Whitfield comes up from really a safety position almost to tackle the receiver Cameron Dornan behind the line of scrimmage.
Still kept his completion rate.
Yes, that doesn't go as a complete pass. It's just now he's a little bit further away from that 1,000-yard.
That was close to being a backwards pass even, and that would have been a live ball.
This time Mahaney rolling left. Mahaney going to throw it deep. Man on the ground, pass complete. Behind the defense goes Dornan. He makes the man miss, makes the same man miss again before he's going to be finally brought down at the 15-yard line. Mahaney rolling to his left, throwing back across his body, found his man deep. Dornan is all alone because his defender falls down. You can see CJ Whitfield there is late in coverage, and just pictured off of your screen is the fact that on coverage he fell down and tripped.
It was really close, and when he rolls left, there could have been an offensive holding call because the lineman reaches out and grabs the defender. They got lucky. I think they got away with one there.
Mahaney was decently close to the line of scrimmage as well. Looked like he was just going to take it. Instead, they give running right Woodworth. He picks up positive yards on first down, and Fort Gibson's shown the ability to go through the air, and that is just going to open up even bigger lanes.
Yeah, you're right, and now they've got to play the pass, and that's not what Broken Bow wants to see. They want to make Fort Gibson one-dimensional.
I mean, 2nd down and 5, you've got so many options here if you're Fort Gibson. 8:50 to go and counting here in the second quarter. I formation. They fake it to Woodworth. Looking right, nobody's out there. Mahaney was looking, but there was legitimately no receivers.
I think his back fell down as he was trying to cut through the hole, and so I think his running back was supposed to come out into the flat, and he fell down as he was going through the line, and he didn't have anywhere to go with it.
Also, there's a stiff wind blowing in the face of Mahaney. If you couldn't tell, look at the pylon on the far side pictured on your screen. That fell down. There's multiple pylons that are down. That's how brisk that wind is blowing in the face.
And that makes the last throw, the receiver had to stop and wait on it, on the 62-yarder. So, he's definitely got a little arm.
Mahaney looking to throw again. To the flat, pass incomplete, intended target, Cameron Dornan.
And that's his first incompletion on the night, and he's thrown the ball really, really well.
But he has passed 78 yards, correct?
Oh, by far.
Well, there you go. He's hit the 1,000-yard mark for the season. So congratulations to Cole Mahaney. I mean, there's still 2 games left to play before the playoffs. He can go for.
He's got 88 yards by my calculations here.
Well, he can go for 1,500. Fort Gibson on 4th down and 10 is going to attempt a field goal. Remember, this is into the wind. Snaps down, kick is up, and it went through the uprights.
Yeah, that's not a bad kick.
But before it went through and before it was snapped, we have a timeout on the field called by Fort Gibson. That might come back to haunt Coach Greg Whiteley. Well, 7-0 our score, just under 8 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Timeout taken on the field, take one with them. Our score 7-0 in favor of Fort Gibson here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week.
At Bravado Wireless, we don't believe in wasting your time or ours. Our mission is to serve you with honesty and integrity. That's why we offer upfront competitive pricing with no hidden fees in our plans. For $40 a month, you get unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide coverage. No data caps and no restrictions. No matter if it's your first, second, or third line, you only pay $40 per month per line. All of that with coverage on America's best network. We're your local service provider. Come get to know us. Go bold, go Bravado.
Just under 8 minutes to go. Fort Gibson called the timeout before they decided to go for a field goal. The field goal was up and through the uprights, but do you think head coach Greg Whiteley of Fort Gibson called the timeout to maybe rethink this field goal try?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you hope that's the case. It's definitely iffy to whether you want to kick into the wind or not. I mean, you got to have a lot of confidence in your kicker if you're going to, especially now twice.
I don't see the quarterback Cole Mahaney out there, so they are indeed going to try for the field goal again. The place kicker is Jackson Purdue, the junior.
And it's, 32 yards. That's pretty good for a kicker in this class.
Into the wind. Hunter Branch, the holder. Snap on the way. It's down. The kick is up. It's hanging in the air, and it's going to fall short.
Yeah, wind caught that.
Just like a wedge into the wind. It just kind of hung up there and couldn't go through. The timeout comes back to haunt Greg Whiteley and the Broken Bow Savages. They bend but don't break, as they are just trailing by 7 after the missed field goal.
Yeah, and you can see the ball just, once he got the height on it, it just died, and it's kind of like what we were talking about on the punt earlier. You got it, and you're kicking into the wind, into a brisk wind like we're having tonight. You got to keep the ball low and get the distance. I mean, anyone that golfs know that you got to choke up on the club to keep it down.
Run up the middle, gain of 8 yards for Broken Bow on the carry. Once again, Kanan Willis.
Willis carries the ball up to the 27-yard line, tackled by
4 wide receivers, no tight ends, so it's a 10 personnel set for Broken Bow. We try to see if they could get Fort Gibson to jump.
You got trips on this side, and he's doing it again. The cornerback for Fort Gibson rolls up on the receiver here.
You're right in the middle of your screen, number 7, Maurice Ford for Fort Gibson. Fleming keeps left side all the way. He picks up the first down, loses his feet, though, off of a nice tackle. Mike Johnson flying in there and taking out the feet of the quarterback.
That tackle saved a lot of yards. he had a crease, and he was definitely going to pick up a lot more yards if that tackle isn't made.
The game is enough for a first down for the Savages. Ball is on the 32-yard line, first and 10.
3-4 set for Fort Gibson. They send guys off the edge. Fleming keeps it up the middle. It's a good time that time of faking the ball to the outside. Fort Gibson, all eyes were there as Fleming kept it and picks up, we'll call it 6.
Second down, about 4.
Broken Bow, no huddle, but they're really not in a hurry. Fake to Willis. Fleming again. Fleming missed the hole. It was to the right.
It was to the
time.
right, exactly.
He keeps it left. He will pick up the first down, though. Fleming having success running the ball in this first half. He moves the chains.
If he cuts that to the right, he's running a long time.
His shoelace has come untied twice now from Elijah Yanez. The right tackle for Broken Bow. Give this time Willis up the middle. Willis nothing doing. He runs into 2 Fort Gibson defenders.
Willis tries to go up the middle.
He's the first man on the tackle for Fort Gibson. And Randall Pruitt.
Patterson and Pruitt.
Fleming yet to go to the air on this drive.
He's only thrown it once tonight with one, he's only thrown the one incompletion tonight. At some point, they're going to have to go loosen this defense up.
2nd and 8.
There it is.
Hitch route complete past midfield. Alan Chavez, the target for Fleming. Right at the line of the game, maybe a yard short. 3rd and manageable, very manageable for Broken Bow upcoming. Pardon me, that wasn't Chavez. That was Britton Dollarhide.
Third down, less than a yard.
3rd and 1. They give left side. Willis, first down. Broken Bow is really doing a good job of answering Fort Gibson here.
Yeah, and it's kind of what we said in the pregame is, it's these offenses are very similar. These offenses, are going to grind it out, and they're going to, keep it on the ground. And the surprising element has been the quarterback play of Fort Gibson.
They look different pre-snap. Fort Gibson likes to come out of the I formation, and Broken Bow likes to come out of the spread, but they both have the same goals. That's
correct.
To control the running game. Hitch route, incomplete, intended for Dollarhide. That one a little too spicy from Fleming.
And that's the same route that when they went through it on 4th down, that they ran that little dig, and now he's cutting off into a curl and trying to make that throw a little bit easier for him.
Fleming relays the play to his offensive line, sends C.J. Whitfield in motion. It's an option play with Fleming. He fakes the pitch, keeps himself. Flag comes in late after Fleming picks up about 4 yards. Have to see what the laundry on the field is. Our head official for today's game is Jeff Snyder. You see him in the white hat there.
Tackle by Woodward. Flag came in.
Be a hold against Broken Bow. And it's going to back them up 10 yards and put them in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah, you're going to go, second and a 20 type scenario, or they'll play it from where it occurred, so it's going to be 2nd and 14. But yet, you're behind the chains now, and that's where these two teams don't like to be.
Trips near side. Willis in the backfield. Fleming going to throw. Looking for Dollarhide. Pass complete. That's Chavez.
pass to number 5.
The 5 and the 6 are throwing me off. That is Dollar Hyde. Pass complete. That's getting you back in front of the chains for third down and manageable. Dollar Hyde and Whitfield spread out to the far side of the field. You haven't really said Whitfield's name a whole lot on offense.
You got left tackle moved, so they're going to tack on 5 here.
It's going to go backwards 5. Broken Bow with penalties on this drive has really been killer. So far, it hasn't come back to hurt them. We'll have to see if this third down penalty does. Is 3rd and 4 turns into 3rd and 9. And you went from, as I said, 3rd and manageable. Now you're back to where you basically were.
Yeah,
before.
you're in a position that you don't. These two teams definitely don't like to be offensively. They want 3rd and short, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4 is about max.
Fleming rolling left, looking. Fleming going to keep it himself. Lowers his head, picks up 5, but not enough for the first down. 4th down upcoming. The past 2 times that Broken Bow has been in this situation, head coach Glenn String is elected to punt. Have to see on 4th and 4. Just not a whole lot doing that time. And Fleming did the smart job, I think, just keeping it.
Yeah, with 3:21 left in the half, you're probably not going to get the ball again this quarter.
Injured player across the field is Britton Dollar Hyde, getting worked on by the trainers, and then we're going to take a short break. 7-0 your score, 3:22 left to go in the second quarter. You're on Bravado Wireless. You're in Fort Gibson. We're Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Stay with us. When we come back, we'll see if Broken Bow can continue their drive and get their first points.
Here in eastern Oklahoma, we know that dirt roads have a unique way of helping us find direction. Whether you're figuring out where you're headed or where you came from, Bravado Wireless was built on the back roads to help you find your way. Right now, you can get 3 free months of our premium wireless plan with your choice of an iPhone SE on us or half off an iPhone 11. No matter what direction you take, Bravado Wireless has you covered. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Whether you're driving through town or taking the scenic route, Bravado Wireless has a plan for your journey. For a limited time, you can get a Samsung device on us. So wherever your journey may lead, Bravado Wireless has you covered. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find stores near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
I'm probably going to leave after.
Dollar Hyde getting up on the far side. Oh, pardon me, that's not Dollar Hyde. That's Chandler Fleming. That's huge. Chandler Fleming, the quarterback, is getting up and is going to be helped off of the field.
That's a huge loss for Broken Bow. We hope that young man is A-okay and can come back in the game, but they're definitely helping him off the field.
Going to get some more work on the Broken Bow bench. He's standing up, but he's needing help wherever he goes. I think with that, this is the right move if you're Broken Bow.
You definitely punt the ball. Yes.
You don't have a quarterback at the current moment. You see if your defense can hold Fort Gibson like they did last time. Snaps back, punt is away, and this time into the wind, they're going to get too much. Just not a great day punting for Broken Bow. That time, they would have liked to punt like they had a few times in the past. Instead, this one sails into the end zone. Fort Gibson will take over on the 20-yard line.
Yeah, this will be the third possession for Fort Gibson. They've not had really good at all field position. They've started on the 18 and then the 23 and now on the 20. So they've had to go a long way, but they've converted some first downs and have been playing, field position the game really well.
They can't be as methodical on this drive with just 3:16 left to go in the half. Counter, Woodworth. Not a lot doing. Flag comes in as well. This is right in the area of holding against the offense. Let's see if this one backs up 10 more yards.
That's the line coming by number 15, Brumley, 53, Robin. Flag came in.
There it is. It is holding as we look at Jeff Snyder.
And that's usually either on your offensive guard or offensive center where that came in, kind of off. Your back judge is watching the center of the field, and typically the center and the guards is what he's watching. So, one of those guys got a hand outside the proverbial shoulders, and they flagged him.
Second and 20. Pardon me, first and 20 upcoming for Fort Gibson. Now they're very far behind the chains. They give Woodworth running left.
He's got a gap.
With space to run, but just tripped up by his shoestrings. Pickup of 9. He was one tackle away from breaking that.
He would have went a long way. That's definitely what they call the proverbial shoestring tackle.
Devin Colbert for Broken Bow saves a touchdown for the Savages.
Yeah, that was 90 yards because there was no one else in behind him.
Nope. You're exactly right. When they say shoestring tackle, when they list shoestring tackle in the dictionary,
that was it.
That picture of that comes up.
No, please don't.
Woodworth gets the carry again. Woodworth with space around the edge. He's tripped up again. Looked like he could have come maybe a little bit sooner to the edge. He may have picked up the first down. Instead, third down and very manageable upcoming, though, for Fort Gibson as they keep the ball on the ground and keep the clock running as it goes under 2 minutes.
Yeah, now he's in a very manageable third down scenario, 3rd and 4 here. You've got your whole playbook open. You can do what you want, but they looks like they've made the decision to run clock.
Cole Mahaney, just hats off to that young man. He's just a sophomore, but he's playing like an experienced senior out there for Fort Gibson.
When you got a tailback of the caliber that you've got lining up behind you, that gives you a lot of confidence, but he's thrown the ball really well.
Woodworth trying to bounce it to the edge.
He's close.
They're going to give him the 30-yard line. That's where he needs to get to pick up the first down. Woodworth trying to fall forward. Clock stops at 1:13. They're going to give the first down. All the ball has to do is touch that nose because the ball was spotted on the 20-yard line. They give Fort Gibson the first down. Clock rolls now. 1:10 left to go. And Fort Gibson, are they just going to be content with running this out, or are they going to try and go to the air?
I would expect you'd see probably play action on this down.
An official timeout. Having to come off the field for Broken Bow is Jacoby Neal.
That had to be some type of equipment issue or mouth guard or something along those lines.
Coming into his place is Luis Arujo. Give Woodworth left side. He's going to try and cut it back against the grain. Not a lot doing. Picks up 4. Clock continues to run. Fort Gibson only has to run one more play in this half if they elect to do so.
For him, that's already carry number 13. So they are definitely feeding him the load.
They give it to him running right. Woodworth with room to run. Woodworth bouncing it to the edge, past midfield, into Savage territory. Under 20 seconds, or just at 20 seconds. Now Fort Gibson is going to call a timeout. That's just tough right there when you're trying to run the clock out and all of a sudden you have a guy break one for 20 yards. He's got speed now, Chris.
Yeah, and he's got power as well. I mean, he's a good combo back, and they pulled their basically their left guard and left tackle and kicked out on the defensive end and the linebacker, and he sees that gap and he's gone.
That's good on good right there, though. C.J. Whitfield chases him down. That's the do-it-all man for Broken Bow, and a guy that hasn't gotten involved a whole lot on the Broken Bow side on offense, but he did show up there on defense.
And at halftime, you're going to get to witness which Fort Gibson is pretty well renowned for, and they call it their yearly light show. So, which is it's a nice show if you want to stick around and definitely watch their band perform their light show. It's really, really good.
Well, Fort Gibson's hoping for a little bit of a show right here before half ends. 20 seconds to go in the second quarter. Mahaney under center. They're going to give it once again to Woodworth. Woodworth needs to get out of bounds. He's struck down by his backside. Just got a little bit of a jersey and drug out of bounds that time by Devin Colbert. But yes, once again, Woodworth with the corner picks up the first down, but now the clock's at 11.
I think you've got to put this one in the air. You need about another 20 yards.
On the official's whistle, the clock will start. And Fort Gibson's not at the line. Gene Whitley's relaying.
In high school, I don't think they started. They'll start it on snap with him out of bounds.
Pardon me. He was out of bounds.
Yeah,
I was talking about the
college
first
rules.
Down. Everything's getting a little confusing up here in my head. 11 seconds to go. They're going to feed Woodworth again. This time, not a lot doing for Woodworth, and this should be the last play of the first half.
They're going to call a timeout. They're going to get one shot.
Chris, why don't you take two shots there? Why don't you go to the air there? You're within striking distance.
That's a good question, and you know that's hindsight's 20/20. But he's, your tailback's ripped off a 20-yard run in another 20-yard run on back-to-back plays. So, do you keep feeding him the ball, and if he does it again, then it's better than a pass. So. You're giving it to your best player, so you can understand the call, but most people would put it in the air.
I totally agree. 2.8 seconds to go. It's kind of interesting. You don't see a lot of football clocks with the tenths of a second.
Definitely not in high school.
7-0 is the score. We'll let you know and take this time to let you know. This game is brought to you by Bravado Wireless. Check out your local Bravado Wireless dealer for all of your wireless needs in eastern Oklahoma. They are your local partner in the wireless game, and just this week, they have got the new technology, the iPhone 12.
I hear you got one.
I did get one. An iPhone 12 is out, and they'll hook me up, they'll hook you up. 2.8 seconds to go. Mahaney lost his mouthpiece at the line of scrimmage. He's still underneath underneath center. They're going to give it to Woodworth. Woodworth run out of bounds.
And that should do it.
Not really for sure why you call timeout to run that play. But anyway, clock hits zeros, and that's what Broken Bow has on the scoreboard. 7-0 is your score as we have played 24 minutes. 1 half to go. Fort Gibson on top 7-0 here in this battle in the 4A District 4 between Fort Gibson and Broken Bow here on Bravado Wireless.
Stick around for the light show. We'll dim the lights and we'll have a nice little halftime show.
Yes, don't go use the bathroom, come back and watch the light show here in Fort Gibson.
Don't even talk about me. That's literally drugs are turn off like paid shows.
Ladies and gentlemen, for your annual light show entertainment, please welcome our reigning Class 4A OBA state champions, the Fort Gibson Royal Regiment. Tonight, the Royal Regiment will be performing their 2020 show entitled Music from the 1960s, featuring trumpet soloist Nathan Jones and ex-soloist Clayton Sullivan and Lindsay Hinkle.
Wait, Lindsay Hinkle. What's the difference? How fast
The band is under the field command of drum makers Kate Thompson and Ashton Jones. Drum makers, is your band ready? You may take the field for halftime light show performance.
That's it. I did that before my dad's work. Yeah, you'll fall through. Yeah, I'm my dad's work. I can't.
Next time. Captains are Caden Sullivan and Lindsay Hinkle. Percussion director is Eric Hopkins. Color guard director Samantha Morgan. Brass instructor Marcy Wilson. On behalf of director Diana Hopkins, thank you for supporting the Royal Regiment of Gibson High School.
It hasn't heated up at all.
Don't forget tomorrow, the fundraiser at the soccer complex.
It's about that time. Go!
The game turned me to a monster. No obstacle that I can't conquer. No, stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind 'em. Whoa, the game turned me to a
heart is jet black, no frontline member, watch me dead snap. Show the whole world it wouldn't take long. Used to be cool, it's time to flame on. Burn domains, I'm taking ain't thought. Heard the odds is bananas, but I am King Kong. Girl on my shoulders, ain't no time to be hopeless. Only thing that it does is make me keep more ferocious. Went from being a homie to no one wanted to notice, to being the focus for everyone having a motive. The dope is alive, focus is strive. Left me for dead and I always survive. Soul in my mind is aligned, I'm a goat. When I die, I'ma be the one he hold as a god.
Started out the bottom from the mud, yeah. Now I gotta jump in with the click, yeah. Rival mode, I came back with a grudge,
The more they declining, the more that I'm climbing. I got the opposing side down to what science is without a question. It's insane. I see them guys that try to test it. They not impressive. I'm in the opposite direction. Don't want the credit. Entire world in my possessions. What I'm obsessed with.
The game told me to a monster. No obstacle that I can't conquer. No, stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Oh, the game told me to a monster. You can't put me in no genre. No, stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Oh, the game told me to a monster.
Tell him back up. Bad luck. You the one that tell you back up. That tough. If the cop was a clash of the math and you in contact with a Mack truck. You in a pass once I'm looking bash ya. Put on the gas lamp and everyone that gas ya. My numbers on the ball. Hold you put your stats up with the fact is a fact opinion and a factor. You're gonna hate and I get that. It's over years they did that. It's over years can I am that. Championship I bring back. Winning and win until the day you win that. I'm convinced that I was sent to conquer wishes. Dominance is logic. If it don't kill me, makes me stronger for tomorrow. Then it's at the same. My failures are accomplishments. Opposite. You're a bricklayer. No grit, the quick to call and quits player. Hating on the sideline cause I'm lit player. Staying on the sideline, you're a bench player. And it's I pursue to reach the top and soon use your eyes and watch me make it hide and shoot. I'm on my grind, my watch say it's your time to lose. I got a lot, but squats can't even stop this dude. So you dudes are doomed, tell them make room for dude. Pray for them, pray on them, turn on you dudes to fool. Proving how cool I move. Got squish on my true colors like in the Rubik's Cube. Y'all act like it's cool to lose. My instinct to kill all you guys that make news I dudes. Proving I rule the room. Who just got me losing to?
No obstacle that I can't conquer. No, stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Oh, the game turned me to a monster. You can't put me in no genre. No, stop me and watch me go bonkers. Perfect timing to remind them. Oh.
Started out the bottom from the mud. Now I gotta jump in with the click. Rival mode, I came back with a grudge.
Let's go. Unleash untamed on a war campaign. All I'm hearing on the brain, no pain, no gain. Choke hold on the game, make them remember the name. Put my flag down, never back down till I'm all that remains. Put my money where my mouth is and I put the proof with the claim. Put my enemies where the ground is, got a face down in the grain. Dominate your terrain, leave a path full of flames. You ain't never took a real loss, that's about to be arranged. Blaze, let the bridges burn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. You ain't know I was a problem, you bout to learn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. Yeah, we bout to take it way too far. Yeah, we bout to take it way, way, way too far. Let's go. You ain't know I was a problem, you bout to learn. Once we go to war, it ain't no return. Born ready for the drama, with an army that arrive on. And we came here to conquer. Everything I put my eyes on was a beast to a monster. Gladiator down in my bones. You ain't built for the problem. Make way cause the God's home. When you hear my drums, can't hide, can't run. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. I'm a bully back in my zone. I'ma throw him off of my throne. I was number one when you came, I'll be number one when you go. Blaze, let the bridge
the Bravado Wireless game of the week. The second half just about set to get underway in Fort Gibson as the Fort Gibson Tigers lead the Broken Bow Savages 7-0. The storyline here as Seth Campbell joined alongside Chris Rule is that Broken Bow starting quarterback Chandler Fleming is not out on the sideline currently. He ended the second quarter with an injury. The offense didn't go back on the field, and we have yet to see him come back out of the locker room, Chris.
Yeah, it didn't look like that number 9 was warming up on the sidelines. It looked like number 1 and was primarily throwing the ball around. So looks like we'll probably see a quarterback change, and it looks like they're going to run Whitfield from a quarterback position.
Yeah, they might go with Whitfield. Also throwing him the ball was Christian Brumley. Have to see which one they elect to go with, but as you scan the line and the players on that far side of the field, there is indeed no number 9. So how does that change your game plan if you're Broken Bow, Chris?
They're predominantly a running team anyway. It just means you're going to have to be a little bit more efficient up front, and lean on your running back a little bit more, and if you're going to come out of the spread, which they have been, potentially maybe see some wildcat type formations with Whitfield. They're going to kick off for the second half and into the win. So we should see that Fort Gibson finally gets a little bit of field position to start with.
Yes, it's going to be a tough go of it for Fort Gibson, but they have been pounding the ball and dominating the time of possession as the ball is fielded by Maurice Ford, and he went nowhere. Ford really danced, and you thought that they were going to get good field position, but they only got to the 28-yard line. So Fort Gibson will take over there.
Pretty good kickoff, actually, and that wind is not light. It is a stiff wind out of the north, and I thought they would get a little bit better field position, but they're going to start at the 28.
It's a chilly day in Fort Gibson. The sun is set, the lights are on, and the wind, as you said, is blowing from the north, and it is making it feel colder than it actually is.
And how about that halftime show?
Yes, great halftime show. Lights out. Very interesting light show from Fort Gibson. Going back to the bread and butter is Fort Gibson as they give it to Woodworth. Evan Woodworth, not a lot doing for him that time.
He ended the first half with some pretty good runs and finished that first half with 103 yards.
The question on who is going to be the Broken Bow quarterback will have to wait is Fort Gibson, and we've seen they've been able to put together drives that last 8, 9, 10 minutes, so I might not get answered until the fourth quarter.
Typically you get a lot more possessions than 3.
Right.
And especially in a high school game, and each team saw 3 possessions. That one drive for Fort Gibson went for a long time.
Play fake, Mahaney looking left, throws it. This ball could be intercepted, picked at the 30. There, going to the 10, Whitfield. Diving for the end zone. Touchdown, Broken Bow. Well, if they can't get it on the offensive side, they'll break the scoreless streak with a defensive pick.
And that's, once again, we started off saying Broken Bow was going to have to depend on their defense, and their defense is turning into their offense.
Yes. That ball from Mahaney, you just can't have that. He had a man in his face. He was trying to make a play, but he just left it floating.
And he hung that ball. And, Whitfield sprinted from 5 yards away to catch that.
Just like a pitcher that hangs a curve ball, when you hang a ball as a quarterback, it can make for some very, very bad circumstances, as just happened there. Whitfield with the interception at the 30-yard line, the 30-yard pick 6. We're an extra point away from this game being tied.
And it's such a shame because, the quarterback for Fort Gibson's had such a great game. He's only thrown 2 incompletions the whole night, and then throws the pick 6. And
Zaragoza's extra point is up. It has plenty of height, and it sneaks through the uprights to tie this game at 7. But you're exactly right. Well, he's still only technically thrown 2 incomplete passes, right?
And all great quarterbacks are gauged on not necessarily all the incompletions, and it's how they respond, right, from their tribulations. And you can see on the replay he's throwing off his back foot and just doesn't get anything on it, and the ball just hangs. And for all, the young quarterbacks that are out there, you've got to set that back foot.
It's a good job by Chavez as well. Alan Chavez getting in the face of the quarterback, Cole Mahaney.
There's just not many players that have an arm that can sit off their front foot and just wing it,
That's one of those things where you may see it on TV.
Yeah, you see Patrick Mahomes throwing, the ball over the field, not even having their feet set, and you think you can do it, right?
Yeah. The problem is Pat even in high school had to have a few learning moments, and unfortunately that was one for Cole Mahaney there. The good thing is his defense was able to hold, and there was a penalty, by the way, on the, I believe that would have been in the extra point, I think.
And we'll see how Fort Gibson responds here. That's definitely a momentum changer. Fort Gibson was methodical and definitely had the momentum, and now coming out of the second half with 1 minute into it and the game's tied up. So, we'll see how Fort Gibson responds.
See if Broken Bow doesn't go for a little squib kick here. Instead, Zaragoza kicks it deep. It's going to hit at the 20-yard line, go out of bounds. But the ball going out of bounds, that is going to be a net 10-yard kick as the ball is going to be put on the 35.
So you're right. If they had squibbed it, they would have had, a lot better opportunity, and then you have the potential that it hits and you catch it, right?
Yeah, go for the onside kick there.
Exactly.
At least you get an opportunity maybe to get the ball back, and then you really would have all the momentum. Instead, ball will be spotted on the 35-yard line. I think. Why did they?
It should be, right? They're saying that it hit the player and went out of bounds. I don't think that's the right call.
They're gonna.
That just doesn't seem. That's not the right call, in my opinion. I'm not a.
Did you hear the PA announcer?
Yeah, I did. That was not us fans.
Okay, score is tied at 7 apiece, 11 minutes to go. New formation here from Fort Gibson as they put a man in motion, giving it on the jet sweep. Running around is Devin Woodworth around the right side. It's a new way of getting Woodworth the ball there. He does pick up positive yards. Not a lot. He does go forward. What do you think about the new formation of getting Woodworth in motion that time?
Well, they're going to try anything they can to get him the ball and keep their quarterback settled down right now and let him get back into the flow of the game.
Clock winds. I'm not for sure what you even call that. As they fake one way, give it to Woodworth. Cuts up the middle. Woodworth still on his feet as he gets to the 35-yard line. Woodworth keeps those feet churning, picks up positive yards, picks up the first, and moves the chains. Just multiple little fakes there, just getting the guy an extra step or two before you handing him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, and Broken Bow's rolling those linebackers up. There's not much of a second level. If he gets through that first level, I mean, you can see it on the screen that, the linebackers are almost on the line of scrimmage. So, there's not much of a second level. If he breaks that, he's gone.
This time the give is to Maurice Ford. Broken Bow stringing him out along the sideline. Maurice Ford still on his feet, though. Good job by Ford. Picks up 5. You got to run that play every once in a while just to keep Broken Bow on.
Yeah, I mean, they're stacking the center of the line and they're stacking the interior. So, you got to stretch the field in north to south and east to west.
Yeah,
so
just bad tackling by Broken Bow there. Too many missed tackles and guys not wrapping up and bringing Ford all the way down to the ground. By the way, unique look for Broken Bow with the black pants, the white tops, and then the camo running along the edge. Give Woodworth running out. Woodworth cuts it up. He'll pick up about 4.
It's that formation is just a really odd formation with your halfbacks kind of offset into a into that package.
It's kind of like a wing T, except for in the shotgun formation.
Well, it's not necessarily a wing T because you don't have a slot back, right?
Right. I'm trying to figure out a way to compare it to something, and I've just never seen it before. They're going to go under center this time. Woodworth in the backfield. They give it to him running behind left tackle. He picks up the first down.
He might have fumbled the ball.
It didn't look like the ball might have come out there at the end. Going to retain in Fort Gibson control, and they're going to move the chains. This is a typical Fort Gibson drive here. They're eating up clock, eating up time of possession as Mahaney goes over to Whitley, picks up the play, and will now relay it to his team in the huddle. Hats off as well to the Fort Gibson offensive line. They've done a good job of opening holes for Woodworth to run through.
And you're exactly right. And, if he'd have cut that one back, there was a hole on the left side. And you usually don't see him miss a hole much.
Picks up 1, 2nd and 9. That time, Broken Bow flexes their muscle on defense a little bit, only allowing 1 yard. And this is, you just have your quarterback throw an interception. You see Woodworth is going to come off of the field. But you're just setting them up as you keep running it up the middle, and those linebackers just keep getting closer and closer to the line until you finally hit them with a play action. We'll see if Broken Bow can be ready for it. They said 4 on the line. There's 8 guys right all around the line of scrimmage. Here is the play action. Ball thrown up and out of the reach of Cade Waggle.
I don't know, there wasn't a receiver open down the field at all. They had that covered well. Obviously you're going to go play action when number 9's not in the game. You kind of understand that play action is not going to be near as effective.
And you got to give credit to Broken Bow as well to not bite on the play action. We said that the Fort Gibson's been setting them up for it, and then when they finally go to it, they're able to stay at home on their defenders. And as you said, there wasn't an open wide receiver.
No, he was looking for that drag route deep, and it just wasn't there.
Mahaney, 2 men in his face, throws on the run, pass in and out of the hands of his intended target. Landon Beebe was open. And Mahaney did a good job of hitting him in the hands.
I was going to say the same thing. That was actually a pretty good throw, just a little bit behind him, but it was actually pretty good strike on the run.
He's being pursued by 2 Savages and hits him in the feet, just right in the hands. But a good job by C.J. Whitfield to be there and just to deliver a little bit of a blow, just to remind BB that he's right there, just in case he wants to do that again.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good strike.
Fort Gibson going to punt. Is this the first time we've seen them punt today, Chris?
Yes, it is. And he's actually kind of went into
the soccer's Australian-style punt. Is it's going to be hit on Whitfield at the 15-yard line?
He still doesn't have
Ball still loose. It looks like Fort Gibson came up with it. Huge mistake that time from C.J. Whitfield. No, they're going to say Whitfield got it back.
No way.
Well, it sure looked like Fort Gibson had the ball.
Take another look here at the Bravado Wireless replay. You can see Whitfield just doesn't get his, like a shortstop that doesn't get his hands down all the way.
You can see the ball still loose there.
And that's just a scrum at the bottom. There's 2 guys right on it as Cameron Dornan and C.J. Whitfield are trying to battle for it. I'm going to say that Whitfield came up with it. And they're going to give it to Broken Bow. And now we get to have the question answered of who's going to place quarterback for Broken Bow.
Hey, can I go?
I think you're going to see number 1 behind center here.
C.J. Whitfield trots out there and is indeed what is going to happen. He's going to take the shotgun snap. He's got Cannon Willis beside him. It's an option play that Whitfield's going to keep himself. Fort Gibson strings him out to the sideline, but he does pick up 4.
And that's kind of what we expected is, kind of that wildcat quarterback run game type spread out of the spread formation. And that's exactly what they're starting out doing here.
Be interesting to see how Fort Gibson responds and how much respect they give these receivers on the far side. Right now they have 3 wide receivers to the far side and only
you got man up top.
Whitfield keeping it again. Puts his foot in the ground. He's going to try and cut back. Now he cuts up the field. Falls right around the first down marker. They're going to spot him and give it to him. 2 plays and a first down for Broken Bow. Whitfield with 2 quarterback runs so far. He's kind of holding that ball like a loaf of bread, though, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, you got to tuck it, and take care of it, especially in where they're at, deep in your own end of the field.
Fort Gibson brings pressure. This time, the give is up the middle to Willis. Willis past the 40. Explosive play that time from Willis. Moves the chains once again, and Broken Bow's offense is rolling. Game tied at 7 under 6:30 to go.
This is those of your viewers that watched the game last week with Beggs, and this is the type of offense when you got the number one player in the state of Oklahoma that, in my opinion, you should be running.
Whitfield in the gun. Bad snap. He's just going to fall on it at the 26. That's a drive killer if you are Broken Bow. I get it that there's a guy back there that's trying to field the snaps that's not very comfortable, but that's just wide left. like a field goal kicker, he just shanked it. You can't really have that if you're the center.
No, you got this deep into the season.
Broken Bow's going to go with a new quarterback. In the gun, they're going to bring in Christian Brumley. Maybe this is a guy that they trust to air it out a little bit, as they are very far behind the chains. Brumley, Willis beside him. They're going to give it to Willis. Fort Gibson not fooled. Ball on the ground. Waiting to see. They're going to say that Willis was down before he fumbled it. Fort Gibson comes out of the pile with it. You can see holding it up is Gerald Fairchild. Willis is down on the field. Fairchild came out with the ball, but they're going to say that Willis was down. A lot going on here.
I don't know if we have a replay of that, but definitely they're saying that he was down.
Oh, let's do some housekeeping here. They say that Willis was down. He picked up roughly 4 yards, but it is 3rd down and a mile with a backup quarterback in for Broken Bow.
Well, he's going to throw it out.
Going
he's got an arm.
To the air, lofts it up, and it's intercepted at the 50-yard line. That was a jump ball. Christian Brumley just threw it up for whoever wanted it. A late flag comes in as well. You'll see that this was just thrown up for grabs as Brumley trying to make a play on 3rd down and long.
What he should have done is he should have thrown it to the. He had a receiver on the left side that was in man coverage.
Oh, and you see right there at the end, Toby West for Fort Gibson just picks up his cleats and stomps on the defender. You don't see that very often.
No, and that's definitely, not very good sportsmanship and definitely should be flagged.
Yeah, they got it. Cameron Dornan was the one that came up with the interception. And personal foul against Fort Gibson will back him up 5-15.
And, that was definitely a deserved call.
You just can't do that.
You got to be smarter than that.
Well, if you're Broken Bow here, you did throw a pretty bad interception there. But if you look at it, all things considered, if you can stay above the chains and in front of the chains on offense, you seem to have some momentum there. If you can just come up with another stop here, get the ball back to your offense, you have something brewing on that side of the ball.
Yeah, and this is the best starting position that Fort Gibson's had.
They give running left Woodworth. Woodworth, room to run, picks up 5.
That man is still running hard. And it's his 23rd carry of the night, and he is still running hard.
Devin Woodworth is the definition of a workhorse.
We've seen him in games before, and he just doesn't stop. He just keeps coming and coming and coming, and that's sign of a heck of a ball player.
Fort Gibson taking their time. Play clock rolls under 10. Game clock sits at 4:10. Give running right Woodworth. Just puts his head down.
And it takes the whole team of Broken Bow just to get him down.
He picks up, we'll call it 3. 3rd down and very manageable. They got to get to the 45-yard line for a first down. Broken Bow and a good job on defense. Fort Gibson, if you look at the time of possession, we don't have the official stats, but if you looked at the time of possession, it would be heavily in favor of Fort Gibson.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that whole first quarter was Fort Gibson had the ball.
But they've done a good job, has Broken Bow, of bending but not breaking. They bring a blitz on third down and get to Woodworth in the backfield. Loss of 1. First man on the tackle.
That was a very good defensive call.
It was the quarterback, Christian Brumley. Brumley, who made or threw the interception, comes out with a huge third down stop. And it looks like it might force Fort Gibson to punt.
That was they rolled the dice and they came after him right up, with an all-out blitz and run blitz, and was able to stop the run for, minus yardage.
Broken Bow is playing punt safe, nobody back deep, so this ball's going to hit the 25 and just roll out. As it takes a friendly Fort Gibson bounce all the way to the 11. Like a golfer wishing his putt would keep rolling, they are going to get a nice little bounce. Look at that. Got some English on it. They get it inside the 10.
That's a 48-yard punt with the wind, and you didn't think the ball was going to stop just due to the wind.
Ball spotted on the 9. Broken Bow, this is an opportunity here to take the lead, eat up some clock, and if you can not eliminate the penalties, you showed promise.
And they tried to turn the ball over last possession. You got to take care of the ball, especially this deep in your territory.
They're going to go with the Wildcat formation. C.J. Whitfield. Option, he gives it to Willis. Willis running right. Willis full steam ahead. Willis past the 25. Late flag comes in. That might be a face mask. Good job that time. Whitfield looks like an experienced quarterback back here, just riding that option point as long as possible before giving it to Willis.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely playing that read option, and looks like he's done it once or twice in his career.
Personal foul.
Yeah, these personal foul penalties are just killing Fort Gibson.
One play, Broken Bow went from inside the 10-yard line, spotted at the 9. Now they are all the way out to the 41.
Coach Whiteley he's not happy. He can't be with these personal foul penalties.
Whitfield in the backfield. Whitfield keeps it up the middle. He had to dodge a tackler in the backfield before he could get to the line of scrimmage. He picked up 1. It's a new man in the backfield beside C.J. Whitfield. Instead of Kaden Willis, it is Camden Rogers. Rogers has a different look to him than Willis does. He's a little bit smaller.
Yeah, he doesn't have the size, definitely.
The physique that Willis has, for sure.
Oh my gosh.
Option, run left. Whitfield, amazingly, he's able to put his foot in the ground, get right to the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him the first down. Good job, Whitfield, extending the plays for as long as he could, and then just putting his foot in the ground and getting north-side.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely, that was on his own. He saw that, he's got good vision and saw that hole and cut it back and, made a couple people miss and got the first down.
Tackled by Devin Woodworth, but not before he picks up the first down. C.J. Whitfield leading the Broken Bow offense.
And it's like he has it on his back and is just wheeling it down the field.
In case you just came in and joined us, Broken Bow starting quarterback Chandler Fleming is out. Give this time to Rogers. He'll pick up a yard. First carry of the day for Camden Rogers. Looks like he's giving a spell to Kanan Willis. But Chandler Fleming, Broken Bow's starting quarterback, out of the game. C.J. Whitfield, the wide receiver, has come in to run a Wildcat version of the offense. So far, so good. His first drive, they got behind the chain, so they brought in a different quarterback to throw it. And Christian Brumley threw an interception. But with Whitfield at the quarterback position, Broken Bow's
There's a
look
hole.
explosive. Broken Bow and Whitfield into the open field. He gets down to the 26-yard lines, moves the chains, gets close to the red zone, and really this is the most explosive the Broken Bow offense has looked all day.
Yeah, they're you know, he rips off that 24-yard run, and they're starting to move down the field. Well, they are moving down the field.
You got to give your hats off too. There's an injured player on the field. Whitfield is riding that mesh point, that point where you give the ball to the running back. He's riding it like an experienced quarterback would, as long as he possibly can. And what that does is that extends the defense. So you can't figure out what is happening. Well, man down, 16 seconds left to go in the third quarter. We're going to take a short break here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. 7-7 is your score in Fort Gibson. We will be back shortly on Bravado Wireless.
Whether you're driving through town or taking the scenic route, Bravado Wireless has a plan for your journey. For a limited time, you can get a Samsung device on us. So wherever your journey may lead, Bravado Wireless has you covered. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find stores near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Well, Broken Bow, if you are watching this game, you can breathe a sigh of relief. CJ Whitfield was down on the field, but he is now up and back into the Broken Bow huddle.
And that's the end of the third quarter. This game is just flying by.
It really is, and just as we came back to give you that great information that CJ Whitfield will be back in the game, we get to show you that we will be back here on Bravado Wireless. We're going to take another break. 12 minutes left in this game as we are tied at 7 apiece between Fort Gibson and Broken Bow here on Bravado Wireless.
Planning a weekend away in your camper? Take your Bravado Wireless home internet with you. Right now, our most popular internet plan has been chopped. While other internet providers are stuck at home with all of those wires and your obnoxious neighbor, Hank, you are free to take your wireless router to your home away from home. Visit us at bravadowireless.com to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Welcome back into Fort Gibson. We've got a great finish brewing here between the Fort Gibson Tigers and the Broken Bow Savages. Broken Bow driving after their starting quarterback came out of the game to end the first half. Whitfield, CJ Whitfield, has been in the Wildcat formation. He has to come out after taking a big hit and going to the sideline. So they're going to bring in Christian Brumley. Brumley going to run it himself up the middle. He'll pick up positive yards, and that'll do the job if you're Broken Bow.
Yeah, you just, you need one play, and here comes number one.
This is a battle between two teams that are sitting in second place, tied for second, in the 4A4 standings.
And there's another game that's of great importance to both of these teams, and that's the Salisal-Hilldale game, and that game's into the half at 23-20, Hilldale.
Hilldale leading that game 23-20. Salisal ranked number 7 in 4A. That would be an upset.
Hilldale's what, 5?
Hilldale's not ranked according to Squirtle. But that would set up a huge matchup in the Battle of Rock in 2 weeks, a game that we'll be at. Whitfield
He's got the corner.
Whitfield with a move. Whitfield to the 10. One man to beat. Dives for the end zone. Now that ball went out of the end zone. There's a lot to sort out here as well, Chris.
I think he was out of bounds before was down before that.
Because if he wasn't, and that ball goes out of the end zone, that's very dangerous. That's a touchback. Whitfield, just explosive playmaking ability. He was out of bounds. He did not. That ball didn't cross the fit.
And we've got a player down for Fort Gibson, number 25, I believe.
I think they said that it was Purdue on the tackle, Jackson Purdue. Not great if you're Fort Gibson.
You can kind of see he got rolled up a little bit when Whitfield went around the corner there and was coming in trying to dive for the pylon.
11:06 left to go. 7-7 is your score. Broken Bow putting together a fantastic drive here, Chris. One that started all the way inside their 9-yard line.
Yeah, I mean they've methodically went down the field and found something finally offensively. They've been able to catch the edge on the corner on with the run game, and number one is picking up some yards.
Yeah. C.J. Whitfield with a fantastic game so far. You never want to see a guy go down. You never want a guy to get hurt. But if you're Broken Bow, you might have found an offense right here that's almost as explosive as your regular one. Chandler Fleming out, the regular starting quarterback. C.J. Whitfield has come in, and if they've been able to stay in front of the chains, Whitfield has led Broken Bow with 2 fantastic drives.
And it sure looks like that wind's picking up again. It is a stiff wind at this point in time.
Jackson Purdue, the junior, number 12, limping off the field on his own power. He is not moving very fast, and I'd be shocked to see if he comes back into the game. This is a situation when you're a throwing team that if a corner comes out of the game, you go right for the guy.
Yeah,
over.
and that's your corner is also your run support on the
Exactly.
edge. So they've definitely found something on that left side. And that's where he plays. And
give up the middle, not at the line of scrimmage, but they're going to give the touchdown to Kanan Willis. Willis, huge run up the middle, full steam ahead, and Broken Bow leads 13-7. Great mental toughness by Broken Bow when their starting quarterback went out not to give up.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely have hung in there.
Zaragoza's kick is up and through, and it is a 7-point lead for Broken Bow. Broken Bow on the road, a 3-hour drive, quarterback hurt, no problem. Up the gut, right at the line of scrimmage. Good job of flying in. Was Fort Gibson. Just not in time was Cameron Clopton.
You come back and you look at this game and you look at it from a perspective of, again, Broken Bow's defense is what has sparked them, this second half with the pick six and tying up the ball game, and then they find something offensively. Momentum is a funny thing.
Oh, it's a fickle mistress. Momentum is a fickle mistress, and right now she had been all day long wearing red, but she doesn't dance with the girl that brung her. She's wearing white and black right now, and all on that Broken Bow sideline.
And it just takes one play, and that can turn again, right? And that's what you look at Fort Gibson. You look at number 9, and you sit there and say, we're going to hand you the ball, make it happen.
Devin Woodworth definitely can take this ball and be a game changer anytime he touches it. And you have plenty of time for your Fort Gibson clock, just under 11 minutes. The kick is away. It'll be fielded at the 25. Ball dropped, then fielded. Picks up 2 yards, but not a lot doing on the kick return. Little scrum there. Both players peel off of the pile. All right, Fort Gibson, as Maurice Ford was the one that fielded that ball. Fort Gibson, they've got to respond. Now, they don't necessarily have to respond right now, Chris, but the way that they put together methodical drives, you got to think that there's maybe only max 3 possessions left in this game, more than likely 2.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the length of this drive, right? If they take it down and turn the ball over and spend 3-4 minutes, then you're hurting yourself.
Woodworth in motion, but it's going to be Mahaney that keeps it.
These type of teams or these type of offenses are great if you're ahead.
Yes.
But if you're behind, then they become kind of a hindrance.
Mahaney picks up 1, 2nd and 9. Mahaney passed 1,000 yards passing in today's game. Came into today's game with 8 touchdown passes. He's still there. Clock rolls. Mahaney fakes it. He's going to look to throw. Mahaney in the flat. Pass complete. Landed BB. BB first down just short of the 40-yard line. Play action got Broken Bow that time, and Mahaney gets back on track.
Yeah, and that was the same play. And I don't know if you remember in the first half where the offensive guy fell down as he was coming through the line. He sneaks out and he comes out in the flat and is able to. It's an easy pitch and catch into the flat there.
BB tackled by C.J. Whitfield, took out the feet of BB, but not before Fort Gibson picks up the first down and maybe a little bit of momentum on their side now. Woodworth puts his foot in the ground, gets north-south, picks up a few yards. Good job that time, though, by Broken Bow of not letting Woodworth get to the edge.
And that was a good play by the one of the linemen there. The defender kicks out, and he could have very easily grabbed hold and got a holding penalty. He was very disciplined on his block.
2nd and 7. Fort Gibson offset eye this time. Woodworth to the right of Mahaney. Got a fullback in the game as well. Woodworth running left side. Woodworth with room to run. Woodworth past midfield into Savage territory as he's drugged down by his shoulder pads at the 35-yard line. Explosive big play from Devin Woodworth, and just like that, Fort Gibson's offense is rolling. Chasing him down and coming up with the tackle is Dawson Robbins.
That was probably, I think, the first counter they've ran all night. The action went to the right, the lineman pulled to the right, and then he cuts it back to the left. Nice play design and is able to catch the corner there and pick up a nice 24 yards.
Braden Roberts in at fullback. Woodworth going to get the give, but not before a flag's down. Pre-snap penalty is going to back Fort Gibson up 5, and when you have all the momentum, Chris, when you're moving the ball to tie this game up, you can't have pre-snap penalties.
No, they're just, especially for these offenses, and we've said it before, they're just killer.
1st and 15. Definitely not out of the realm of possibility for Fort Gibson, just makes it a little bit harder. Clock is going to stop at 8:58 to go in the 4th quarter. 14-7 your score. Broken Bow started their scoring with the defense, a pick 6 by C.J. Whitfield. He's done it all. He comes in the quarterback as well. 14-7. Through the air, Mahaney, slant route, complete at the 30-yard line. That'll get your back in front of the chains. Pass complete to Cameron Dornan. It's a sophomore to senior connection that pays off for Fort Gibson as they get within 4 yards of the first down.
Last tackle, number 7, Devin Fuller. Take it down about 3.
You get your quarterback moving again. He's had a couple nice completions here lately and is throwing the ball. That was a nice throw.
Woodworth to the left of Mahaney. He's going to get Woodworth. Mahaney gives to Woodworth. Woodworth almost backs into the line of scrimmage. Picks up 2. It is going to bring up 3rd down, though. Broken Bow on the last 3rd down on the last drive. Sold out. There's a man down on the field. We've seen a few injuries happen here in this second half. And that is Woodworth that is slow to get up.
He's just tired. That was his 28th carry for the game, so he's just taking a little break.
Get off okay.
He's carried the ball for 156 yards. You got to give him a break every once in a while.
Yeah, he's just slow to get up, but the officials are going to call him back onto the field. They need to start the play clock. No injury timeout. He was slow to get up, but if they stop the play like they did, it'll be interesting to see if Woodworth is going to be able to stay in the game. He does not.
You got 2 downs to make a yard.
Maurice Ford is the tailback. Mahaney's going to keep it himself. The quarterback sneak all the way, falls forward, picks up the first down, but you could tell by where Maurice Ford was lined up in the backfield, he was not touching that ball. That was Mahaney all the way, and there's the play that you can run and let Woodworth come back in the game if you'd like.
Every short yardage, under a yard, they went to that same play, and they're getting a nice push from the center and guard, and he's just following the lead there.
Gibson eating up a lot of clock. He drops under 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Maurice Ford still in at tailback. We've got a tight end as well, split out to the left, and Landon Beebe. Mahaney goes to the air, to the end zone. Ball up in the air, a lot of hand fighting, and a flag is going to come in. Pass intended for Hunter Branch. A lot of hand fighting. It looked like Branch may have been out of bounds almost. Devin Colbert is there in coverage. We'll take another look at it. He stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he was definitely out of bounds. That
come out of bounds, the first one to touch the ball, that's a penalty as well.
But you can kind of see how that wind just caught the ball, and it just, if you're throwing it that length, it's just tough.
It is brisk out here, to say the least. We're going to get pass interference against Colbert. Automatic first down, and the ball moves. It's still moving. They're counting. They're going to spot it at
the 12.
The 12.
It's a first down.
Fort Gibson doing exactly what they want on this drive.
Yeah, and it's actually for them, it's been pretty fast. I mean, I think they've had it for a couple minutes, but that's unusual for them. This is usually a 12-minute drive.
Ford once again the running back. He'll get it this time. Nothing doing. Swallowed up in the backfield is Maurice Ford. First man on the tackle for Broken Bow is Britton Dollar-Hyde. Behind the chains goes Fort Gibson. Still haven't seen Woodworth come in since he got up slow.
That young man has had a good game for Broken Bow defensively.
Yeah, Dollar-Hyde has been on the bottom of many piles. Another running back into the game for Fort Gibson. This time it's Cameron Clopton. Mahaney to the air. Pass broken up, a slant route. There's a late flag.
Very late.
That came all the way from the line judge. I don't know if the line judge is supposed to be watching, but I think this might be the right call, Chris. It was just late. Take a look at the bottom of your screen. Pass intended for Hunter Branch. He's running a slant route.
Yeah, he's there early, but there's not a lot of contact.
No, but you would think the guy that's watching it right there would be the guy that has to throw the flag, not the line judge.
Now that's a spot foul, I believe, is it not?
They move him up. If it's pass interference, it should be on.
So a couple, pass interference penalties is hurt Broken Bow here, but coming down here in the red zone.
They're still saying it's second down. Listen, that's not even the most egregious call I've seen all year.
No. I mean, I think the one earlier in the game was worse than that. That was the no call.
6:30 to go in the game. Whistles before the snap. Broken Bow is going to use one of their timeouts. Just under 6 minutes to go, 6.5 minutes to go here in Fort Gibson. We've got a great game. 14-7, Broken Bow leading, but Fort Gibson threatening to tie it up here on the Bravado Wireless game of the week.
When you come home after a long day, Bravado Wireless Home Internet has you covered in your neighborhood or on your farm. For a limited time, our unlimited home internet has been discounted to only $49 per month with the purchase of a $99 router. And get this, the first 3 months of service is on us. So what are you waiting for? Make the switch today and visit us at bravadowireless.com for more info and to find a store near you. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
mascot.
I like your phone you got.
Yeah,
this
welcome.
little gold thing.
Welcome into the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Chris is taking a look at the new iPhone 12s that you can get at Bravado Wireless. Make sure to visit your local Bravado Wireless dealer for all the new deals and new tech like that new iPhone 12. Fort Gibson threatening, give up the middle. Not a lot doing that time for Clopton. Cameron Clopton, the new running back. We still haven't seen Devin Woodworth. I'm trying to find him on the sidelines, Chris, and I can't see him.
No, I was looking too. I mean,
slightly worrying if you're Fort Gibson.
Third down. About 4 or 5.
Third down upcoming for Fort Gibson. They're going to have 2 downs to get this first down.
yeah, you're not going to kick a field goal. You've got to go for twice, but you sure wish number 9 was out there.
Clopton in at the running back position. In at fullback is Landon Beebe. We'll see if they don't go to the air. Rolling right, going to the air. Indeed, pass complete at the goal line. Touchdown, Fort Gibson. Cole Mahaney did enough to extend the play. Found his man hanging out right along the goal line. And Fort Gibson is an extra point away from tying this game up.
Me and Coach Jeb were wrestling during football practice, and he threw it. I was like, I'm sorry.
Without Woodworth in the game, it was almost a given that Mahaney and Fort Gibson would go to the air, but they were able to find a soft spot in the defense. This is a huge extra point upcoming. Snap back. Kick is up, and it's no good. The kick is no good. The extra point is shanked, and Broken Bow still leads.
Wow.
Kicking yourself if you are Fort Gibson as you take another look. This is the extra point. The kicker is Cole Mahaney.
He just didn't get it up. He just mishit it.
Mahaney, the do-it-all quarterback kicker, and that changes a lot of things. This is the touchdown pass. You're going to see Mahaney under center. Is just going to drop back and just floating right in the middle of the field. I believe that's Cameron Dornan. And he just finds a spot. Good job by Dornan as well to go up there and get that ball.
You know, he kind of faked like he was going to block on an end sweep and then just filtered back into the end zone and, was able to find a hole in the defense.
5:38 left to go in the game. You're bordering on that line. You don't have to kick an onside kick, especially if you're Fort Gibson, because you have all 3 of your timeouts. But your offense really isn't geared to go very fast now. You're kind of bordering in that gray area of what do you do with this time remaining if you are head coach Gary Whiteley.
You're going to roll your safeties up and play the run and
especially with Whitfield at quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, you make them throw the ball.
Let's go, Atlas.
Handling kickoff duties for Fort Gibson.
You know, the worst part about it is if you do get the ball back, do you play for the field goal or do you sit there and think you've got to go for the touchdown?
With what you just saw from the extra point, I think you've got to get 6. Kick is away, fielded at the 20-yard line. Running left and picking up some movement along the sideline goes Trenton Owens. Owens with a huge return for Broken Bow. And at the very least, Chris, what that does is if you go 3 and out even right here, it's going to give Fort Gibson worse field position.
Yeah, because, you got the win, and, we've seen what the punts do with the win, right?
Yeah,
and
with the win, yeah. And against it.
So you give the ball up, you expect that you're gonna make Fort Gibson go the length of the field to win it.
5:29 left to go. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line of Broken Bow.
But that's, your first objective if you're Fort Gibson is, stop them now.
Yeah, C.J. Whitfield has come into the game in place of starting quarterback Chandler Fleming. Whitfield, the normal wide receiver playmaker, has come in and run the Wildcat formation. Fort Gibson pressures him. Whitfield,
he's gone.
Space to run. Whitfield all alone, end zone touchdown, but there is a flag. There is a flag right at the line of scrimmage, and this might be the saving grace for the Tigers.
Is holding.
It is indeed holding against Broken Bow. That'll back them up 10 yards and negate a huge touchdown run from C.J. Whitfield. Fort Gibson brought a lot of guys. They knew it was coming. They just didn't get him down in that initial. And then once C.J. Whitfield gets into the open field, you can see there's no Fort Gibson defender who's going to catch up to him.
No, he cut it back, and there wasn't anyone there.
It goes from you leading by 7, almost by 8 with an extra point, to first down and 20. It's quite the change around. Seth Campbell, Chris Rule here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. And this game has lived up to billing. In all honesty, Chris, these Bravado Wireless Game of the Week, we've had a lot of good ones.
Yeah, this has been a great season. You know, we've had some really good games, really close games, and you know, we've had some offensive fireworks on high-scoring games, and then we've had some really good defensive games, such as this one.
And you see Whitfield is brought back down behind the line of scrimmage. So Broken Bow going the opposite way of the way they need to go. It's going to be second down and 23. Whitfield and Broken Bow taking their time, which they need to do. No need to get in a rush, especially if Fort Gibson is not going to use their timeouts.
Next week we'll be up at Locust Grove or Lone Grove for
give left side running. Brought down right around the 40-yard line. I think that was Willis on the carry. Keenan Willis picks up positive yards.
Yeah, we'll be at Locust Grove and doing the game with them in Seminole. Should be a good one.
Third down, 18.
That game is at Locust Grove or at Seminole?
It's at Locust Grove, so we've never been there before. This will be the first time that we are there.
We can change that in my calendar. I had it as at Seminole. C.J. Whitfield's going to have to keep it himself. He's going to make a bunch of men miss if he's going to get to that first down marker. He picks up positive yards, almost gets back to the first line of scrimmage at the 48. He's going to be 2 yards shy of that. It's going to bring up 4th and 12. If you're Broken Bow, you have to punt it here, right?
Yeah, and I'm kind of surprised Fort Gibson's not using a timeout here.
Yeah, maybe they're going to save him for offense, but the clock does continue to roll. This might be a situation, if you're Broken Bow, you wind this play clock all the way down.
Well, they're going to come after it, I think.
Call one of your timeouts. Play clock winds all the way to 0. Broken Bow calls a timeout. Just under 3 minutes. We're going to keep it here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. If you're Fort Gibson, do you try and go for the block? Do you keep it yourself?
I think you do. You know, with the wind, he's gonna hit it. When he hits it, it's gonna go. So, you know, you're not gonna have much of a return. So, I think you go after it.
Seth Campbell, Chris Rule here on the Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. And C.J. Whitfield, you can't say enough about that young man coming in to play quarterback after the starting quarterback, Chandler Fleming, got hurt. He has been all over the place. But when it mattered most, Broken Bow comes up with a huge penalty. Fort Gibson comes up with the stop. And it's going to be in the hands of Fort Gibson quarterback Cole Mahaney. Kick is away. Sidewinding kick is fielded at the 20-yard line. Running right, Toby West. West to the 30. He's going to be dropped out of bounds right around there. Not a bad return from Toby West.
You know, line drive kick. Best thing he did was field it.
Yes, that way it didn't keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
Good field position for Fort Gibson, and they have to score in 2 minutes and 44 seconds. They trail by 1, 14-13 your score. And you see Devin Woodworth coming back into the game. That's a huge addition for Fort Gibson because even running the ball with him one snap, he can change this game.
Yeah, I mean, I think the young man, you know, he saved him 20 yards there by fielding that punt.
It's a new formation in the shotgun instead of under center in the pistol formation. Woodworth gets it out of the pistol, trying to bounce right. It's going to be hemmed in the backfield. Huge play that time from Broken Bow. A 6-yard loss on first down. Clock continues to wind as well. Fort Gibson going the wrong way. Fort Gibson's got to get in a little bit of a hurry here, don't you think, Chris?
I don't understand why they're even huddling, right? I mean,
well, then the problem here is, you have to have Cole Mahaney come to the sideline, then he has to relay the play to his team. That takes time. That's great in the normal play of the game, but those are precious seconds here. Mahaney is in the gun with Woodworth behind him. He's going to throw. Mahaney to the right, 5-yard stop, pass complete, out of bounds, goes Hunter Branch.
No, that was a good play there, and instead of cutting it to the right and staying in bounds, he's able to swing out to the left and go out of bounds and stop the clock.
Now you can do your normal thing.
Yeah,
you can huddle up, you can get guys out here. You're just wasting precious seconds when you have to bring somebody over to the sideline. Okay, so maybe your offense isn't set up to where you have the hand signals or whatever to relay plays. Have somebody beside you and rotate somebody else in, not your quarterback.
Yeah, or have your play called before obviously your third down here. You're going to go for it, so maybe you're saving your time.
Mahaney's going to keep it himself. Mahaney dropped before the first down. That time it looked like
He's got to call timeout
was
here.
not comfortable, and they do. Greg Whiteley calls timeout. A minute 52 left to go. This is a huge fourth down upcoming. I think Mahaney pulls this ball down just a little too soon. He sees the lane, but a good job of closing by the Broken Bow.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't have much pressure. His pocket was still there, and you're right. I think he pulled it down and took off just a few seconds too early.
And just to keep you updated on the other scores happening, 30-20 is a score in favor of Hilldale in that Hilldale and Sallisaw game. These two teams, Broken Bow and Fort Gibson, and Hilldale and Sallisaw, are all tied right now in the 4A4 standings at 3-1. Hilldale leading Sallisaw, as we said. Broken Bow leading Fort Gibson, but Fort Gibson, their hopes of staying undefeated at home here on senior night, which isn't really been senior night because they had senior night earlier in the year because of COVID and this really strange 2020 season. But on their last home game of the season, Fort Gibson looking to surprise Broken Bow. I guess it really wouldn't necessarily be a surprise, but come up with a big fourth down conversion here. All right, 4th and 4 with a team that normally runs the ball. You wouldn't be so gutsy as to run the ball again here, Chris.
But they did at the end of the second half.
They did.
So if I was calling the plays, no, but that's why I'm up here.
Yes. The play has been called after the timeout, a minute 52 to go. Mahaney in the game. You got to look for Woodworth. I don't see Woodworth out there on the field. Mahaney's going to throw, looking left the entire time, double clutches, being chased in the backfield, dropped at the sacked at the 45-yard line. Mahaney down, Broken Bow secures the win.
Wow.
Chased down from behind is Cole Mahaney, coming unblocked around the right edge was Coda Yanez.
They tried that same play. They've run it twice before. Once, he threw it into the ground or whatever. And the second one, they had a nice completion where the back slips through the line into the flat, and it was well covered, and he didn't have anywhere to go.
Yanez, I'm coming unblocked as well. And, those plays that Fort Gibson runs, a lot of the times they need time to develop. And Yanez just didn't give Mahaney time.
Next week, Fort Gibson, plays Poto. They're going to have to, really bring their A game against
Whitfield
to stay in this run.
Hold the ball like a loaf of bread. That's dangerous. He will slide down. Fort Gibson has timeouts. They will call them, I believe. The play clock is not stopped. Never mind. They have 2 timeouts, and if you call them at the right time, you may be able to get the ball back. Not with a lot of time. And you cannot say enough about C.J. Whitfield, though, at quarterback for Broken Bow.
Yeah, they're letting the clock run, and it's down. It's just they may be just saying we're going to regroup, and look forward to Poto.
Whitfield is not giving this ball up. He's still on his feet somehow. If he picks up this first down, the game is over.
Yeah.
Oh my
Whitfield
was pressured in the backfield, but he's so elusive that Fort Gibson couldn't get him. He's close to the first down, but they're going to say that he's just short. 50 seconds left. Clock stopped. Fort Gibson calls their timeout. They've got to stop him here. They pick up if Broken Bow picks up the first down, Fort Gibson's game is over. Their perfect streak at home is over. And the series record that is already 12-10 in favor of Broken Bow will move to 13-10.
Next week would be a good game, and that's Broken Bow is going to play Sallisaw. And again, we talked about them at the beginning of the game that Sallisaw is a very underrated team. So, and then Fort Gibson goes to Poto. So both of these teams have a tough schedule ahead of them to stay in the district hunt.
Yeah. Fort Gibson has Poto and Hilldale, two of the top teams at the top.
And Broken Bow has Sallisaw in Poto. So
it doesn't get any easier from here. So you need a win. And in a close game like this, the team that comes out of here with the victory is going to be a sigh of relief because they were able to come through and make enough plays. But the team that comes up with the loss here is just going to be kicking themselves for letting this close of a game slip through their hands.
And, the OSSA has ruled that any team that wants to get in the playoffs can play in the playoffs. So, the district seeding is going to be critical.
It's going to get you a very fair.
Yeah, it's going to give you your first and potentially second round, right? And these teams really.
3rd and 1. Whitfield's keeping it. Whitfield hemmed in the backfield and is going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Clock stops after the last timeout called by Fort Gibson. 43 seconds. You had to know what was coming there. Whitfield was keeping it the entire time.
They're not going to hand the ball off, and they're not going. But they went to this quarterback run game when the quarterback got hurt. So, and that's really been the strategy of the game that's won it for them.
This is a formation with Fleming healthy. I might utilize a lot. Whitfield is dangerous with the ball in his hand.
Yeah, it's really been success, and you don't know if Fort Gibson was prepared for it or not, and that if they were, to expect it, but obviously not on the level that they're running it now.
43 seconds to go. Ball spotted on the 21-yard line. You're not going to punt it, so you're going to go for it if you're Broken Bow. If they don't get it, the clock will stop because of change of possession.
Yeah, and we hope that Chandler Fleming is fine and is able to come back next week. But again, you're right. If I was an offensive coordinator and looking at this, I'd say this is going to be a big package that I'm going to start using.
Fort Gibson brings 4 guys on the line of scrimmage. They bring everybody. Whitfield running left. Whitfield run. Whitfield first down game.
Yep.
That will put a bow on it here in Fort Gibson, and the Broken Bow Savages have traveled 3 hours to the fort and taken a game from Fort Gibson on their home field on senior night. They will move to 4-1 in conference play.
So who's your player of the game?
I'm supposed to come up with the player of the game? I think it's obvious, though. I think that anybody watching, listening, or even remotely paying attention can figure out that man with the ball that just took a knee and will end this game. C.J. Whitfield coming in as the backup quarterback. And really, he's not the backup quarterback. He's a starting wide receiver, but coming in to fill in for Chandler Fleming when he went down, the offense went to another level.
But isn't he the pick 6 as well?
Yes, so all points. So technically he handed the ball off on the touchdown, but he has been a huge part of this game with the pick 6, and he helped Broken Bow in a huge way come in here. And I don't use the term steal lightly, but they were able to snatch this game from Fort Gibson, and a game that really looked like that Fort Gibson had all the momentum, they had the plays, and they were doing whatever they wanted on the offensive side of the ball.
And that's what you do with a Vite top 100 player, right? If he's on your team, you're going to give him the ball any way you can, and you're going to those players that are those are the ones that are going to win you the games, right? And they're the ones that you're going to lean on and you hope come to perform. And you can't say enough about Fort Gibson in the game that we just watched. They gave everything they had. But I agree with you. Number one is your player of the game by far.
C.J. Whitfield, a fantastic game. And Devin Woodworth, as you see on your screen here, he had a fantastic game as well. He's dynamic, and he will get his plenty of carries. But if you're Fort Gibson, they're hanging their heads a little bit right now at the 35-yard line as they some of the seniors will walk off of this field, possibly for the first time. They could have, or for the last time, they could have a game here in the playoffs. But it's just a brutal loss. But you've got to regroup because you've got an even tougher opponent next week as you travel and play at Poda.
Yeah, and I think they've got a decent quarterback, and they're getting decent quarterback play. You lose the game on special teams.
Yeah.
And that's, and we said before the game that the wind was going to play a factor, and it definitely did.
And they did everything they needed to do, put together a game-winning drive or game-tying drive. And yes, the special teams, and it's going to be Mulhaney either way kicking himself because he's the guy that was the kicker that missed the extra point, but he's also the guy that threw the pick six as well, throwing into coverage, just lofting the ball up and letting C.J. Whitfield run in.
And you look at it and you think, from a sophomore perspective, you hope he learns from those mistakes, right?
Yes.
And, but otherwise he played a heck of a game, in my opinion, other than the interception and the from a kicking game perspective, you just look at that and say, well, into the wind, yada, 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 and, and the field goal that they should have had, and the coach calls the timeout.
Yeah.
So, you took 3 points off the board there. So, it's tough. It's a tough loss because you look at it and you think you should have won.
Right. Plenty of opportunities for Fort Gibson. They'll have to regroup as they go on and play Podo, and they will fall to at least fourth place in the standings. Take another look as the Hilldale and Sallisaw are playing each other right now. Broken Bow on the other end, they are going to play Sallisaw next week, a team that what head coach of Greg Whiteley said is the best quarterback in the entire district.
And I think, they're the team that no one wants to play.
Right.
Just because of that factor. And, a lot of people in this part of the country don't really, Sallisaw's year in, year out, they're usually not a top team. But this year they've got a ball club, and they're senior laden, and they can play. And you don't want to play them, and then you definitely don't want to play them in the playoffs.
Well, that'll do it for us here in Bravado Wireless and our Bravado Wireless Game of the Week. Make sure that if you like what you're seeing, to subscribe to the channel if you're watching us on YouTube, or come back here at 7 o'clock or 6:30 if you want to watch the pregame show next week, as we will be traveling to Locust Grove and watching the Seminole at Locust Grove game there. Well, for Chris Rule and our entire Bravado Wireless crew, I am Seth Campbell saying so long. Your final score in Fort Gibson, 14-13 in favor of Broken. Drive safe, and we'll see you back here next week.
You might eat those, you better watch out, cause he coming now, and we ain't never slowing down. It's been a long time coming, it wouldn't stop for nothing. The whole world we running, we gon' rise, we gonna rise up. Keep going, we rise, keep going, we rise, keep going, we rise, keep going, we rise. charge. We overcoming the odds. You never thought. Look at me now. Look how we raising the bar. We going far. We going far. We going straight to the stars. If you ain't know it by now, you better know who we are. You know we out of your league. You do not want to compete. We overcoming defeat. Look how we running the streets. So tell them get out of the way. They ain't got nothing to say. We running the town. No slowing this down. You better stay in your lane. It's been a long time coming. It wouldn't stop for nothing. The whole world we running. We gon' rise. We gonna rise up.
This broadcast is a copyright of Bravado Wireless. This game and broadcast should not be reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed without the express written consent of Bravado Wireless and its management.